Hey G Squad, welcome back to an episode of Is It Worth It? So today's episode at this cool, amazing product right here in my hand, if you can see. Basically what it is a gimbal for your camera, such as your DSLRs or mirrorless cameras. So if you guys want to use like your small compact cameras, you guys can definitely use it on here. The one that we have right here is the Aircross 2, and it's by the brand right here on top. But first thing first, let's actually open up the product to show you guys what it actually looks like and what comes out of the package first. So when you guys first open the product itself, that's what it looks like inside. So there's a very nice case for the product. Let's take it out first. Alright, so there's the case and a very nice bag right there. So they have the logo right there, and they have a very nice case for the actual product itself. On the top part, you can see that it has the handle for you guys to hold it. So you guys can bring it with you guys wherever you guys want to. And then there's two little clips right there that you can use to open up right here and right there. So let's open up first and see what the inside looks like. So when you guys open it up, this is basically what it looks like inside. So they have a lot of different parts in here for the actual product itself. So they provide you guys the user manual right here and a little warning card right here. And inside the case, you can see they have all the different parts for the actual gimbal itself. So let me take out each one to show you guys what it actually looks like. So the first one that we have right here is the part where it's actually screw on the actual camera on here, which I'll show you guys how to do in a second. Next we have the tripod for the actual gimbal itself. So you guys can open up all the way like that if you guys want to. And for the actual tripod itself, it's actually made really nicely and high quality. So they have a very nice grip on all three sides right here. So that way it won't move around when you guys actually use it. Next we have this accessory that you guys can use as well if you guys want to. Next we have this accessory right here that you guys are going to use later on, which I'll show you guys how to use it. Next we have this accessory right here, which I'll show you guys how to apply it on as well, but you guys are definitely going to be putting your camera on here later on. Next accessory that we have right here, this one is for the phone. So if you guys want to put your phone on top, you definitely can. So all you guys need to do is open up right here like this on both sides, and then you can pull it open to put your phone inside right there. And screw this bottom part onto the actual product itself. Next we have an accessory box right here. Let's see what's inside. So inside there's a lot of cable right there, as you can see. So this is the first cable that we have right here. And right here we have another cable right here. And we have a bunch of other cables here as well. So there's a total of 7 cables that they provide for you guys. And then last but not least, we have the gimbal right here. And that's basically everything that's in the packaging itself or the case itself. So for the gimbal, there's a lot of different parts on here. If you guys can see, there's a little wheel part right here. We have a little nozzle right here. We have the on and off button right here. And it's also a wheel that you can use to control it if you guys want to. We have the slot right here that you can use to plug in your cable to charge it up. Let me show you guys what's in here. Alright, so when we open up, this is basically what it looks like inside. So there's an aux output, and there's also a USB-C output as well right there. And you guys look at the bottom right here, here's another slot for you guys to plug in the actual product itself. So let me show you guys what it looks like. So right there, so there's a USB-C output right there. And on the bottom is you see that there's 2 different slots right here. One of them is for the tripod that you can use right here to attach it on and screw it on. So just like that. And now you guys can use that as a tripod like this to stand it up if you guys want to like that. Or you guys can use that as a grip as well like that. And then for the actual gimbal itself, it has a lot of different parts on top as well. So as you can see, here's the first part you guys can use to lock it. And this for locking this part right here. So you guys can see it won't move. But once I unlock it, now you guys can move it. So when you guys unlock this part, you guys want to make sure you guys balance this whole entire part first, which I'll show you guys how to do in a second. But for now, we can lock it back up. Alright. So right here is another lock part right here. So if I unlock it, now we can move this part right here, as you can see. If I lock it back up, it won't move. So it's locked. And then there's one more right here in the back part right here. So right now I can't move this part. But if I unlock it, now I can move it. If you guys can see. And if I lock it back up, you guys can't move it anymore. So it's locked that part as well. So like I mentioned earlier, you guys want to make sure you guys set everything up first before actually using it up. So you guys gonna have to measure this part right here, measure this part right here, and this part right here to make sure it's all balanced first before actually using it. So I'll show you guys how to do that part in a second, but let me show you guys how to actually apply it onto the actual camera itself first. So the camera that I'm going to be using is the 6400 right here by Sony. And basically what we want to do is use this part right here to screw it on. So you just want to make sure the part right here is like this. So it's set up like that. And this part right here should be facing the front part like this. And then you're going to screw that bottom part right here onto the actual camera itself right there. So once you guys put it on here like this, make sure it's secure and fit. Then you can use a quarter and lock it like this. Just screw it in. Make sure it's tight. You guys can adjust this part if you guys need to. So it's locked in right there. If you guys can see it, all secured. So now you guys are done with that part. So what you guys want to do next after that is apply this part right here. So you guys want to get this one right here to put it onto this one right here. So same thing for this one, you guys want to screw it on like that. You probably want to use your hand first in the beginning to make it a little bit tighter. And then you guys can use the quarter afterward. Alright, so now secured. And when you guys apply this on, you guys want to make sure you guys push this as far as you guys can inside first, like that. So that's the furthest I can go right there, if you guys can see. So that's all you guys need to do, and you guys are all set for this part right here. So after you guys do all of that, then you guys can actually put it on. So all you guys need to do is just slide it in like this. And then it's locked in place like that, if you guys can see. So you guys want to make sure the L is on this side and not that side. So technically on my right side like this, if you can see. So I can hold it like that. If it's on the other side right here, then it's wrong. So we're done with setting up the actual camera itself. So what you guys want to do next is balancing the actual gimbal right here. And you guys want to loosen up both of these first, and then right here as well. And then you guys can use this part right here to loosen it or tighten this part right here to push it left and right, up and down and whatnot. So usually what you guys want to do first is unlocking these first, so that way you can actually move it around. And then lock it onto this position right here first, like that. And then move this one right here as well. Alright, so when you guys set up the actual gimbal itself, you guys want to make sure it's facing this direction like this. And the way how you guys know is by looking at the logo right here, as you can see right here. And also by looking at the tags. So if this is not facing up the right direction like this, if it's not facing up like this, then you guys are doing it wrong. So what you guys want to do now is to actually apply it on. So using the setup that I showed you guys how to do right here, just push it down like this. Make sure it goes all the way in. And when you guys are pushing it in, you guys want to pull this part right here out. So that way it can go in. And make sure it's correctly, because if you guys put it too high or too low, it may not be balanced correctly. And then when it's done, just lock it by turning this little knob right here. Alright, so that should be good grip, if you guys can see. So what you guys want to do now is to make sure these part right here, and right here is balanced. So what you guys want to do first is by unlocking this part here, and then balancing it by turning this knob right here to adjust it. And you guys will do the same thing here as well. So let's do this one first. So if I unlock this part here, it's going to fall off, watch. Alright, so as you see it's loose. So what you guys want to do now is balancing it. So if you guys put too much to the front, too much to the back, then it won't be balanced correctly. So just take your time, because it's going to take some time for you guys to balance it correctly and everything. Alright, so that should be good right there. So you guys want to tighten this part back up. Alright, so let me loosen up this part as well. Alright, so as you can see that part needs to be fixed for sure. And it's definitely better for you guys to do it on like a flat table to set it all up. But basically I want to show you guys how to kind of do it right here. So let me actually put this on a flat surface and balance out myself first, and then show you guys what it actually looks like when you guys are done. So I have it all set up now, so basically I can turn it on. But before I do, I want to show you guys some other parts of the actual gimbal that I didn't show you guys yet. So if you guys look at the top part right here, you guys can see that there's a plug outlet right here that you can use to plug it in. So I guess you guys can plug this either on the camera or on your other devices if you guys want to. But I'm mostly not going to use that part right there. And then for the actual part right here that we actually applied to the camera itself, it has a quick release right here. So if you guys want to push these two open like this, then just pull it out really easily. But I'm not going to use that right now. And then one important thing that I forgot to show you guys is the back part right here. So there is a button here that you can use, which you guys can find out a little bit more on the actual instruction guide right there. So here's the most important part for the gimbal itself, which is the battery. So you actually need this part to actually power it on and use it. And you guys can just press this little part right here on the bottom to release it and take it out. Alright, so once we take out the battery, this is basically what it looks like right here. And they have the little slot right there, if you can see, to charge it. And that's basically everything that's on the product itself. So let me actually turn it on first to show you guys how to actually use it. So when you guys want to turn it on, you just have to press this button right here and hold it down. And it turns on, if you can see. So when you guys turn it on, you guys want to make sure you guys loosen all the locks first. So this one right here on top, this one right here as well, and also the bottom part right here as well. And once you guys go to the main screen right here, it's hard for me to show you guys on the actual camera itself. But this is basically the menu option right here. So you just want to go down to gimbal, and then go to motor, and then turn on the switch like this. So that way you can activate it, if you guys can see. So now you guys can start using the actual motor on the actual gimbal itself. And one thing that I recommend when you guys use the product itself is to auto tune it. So if you guys go to power right here, and then go to auto tune. Alright. So right now I'm trying to tune out the actual gimbal itself and see the best like measurement and everything. Alright, so now you guys are all set. And now you guys can start using it. Alright, so imagine I'm recording you guys right now. If you guys can see when I'm panning left and right, and then backwards and forwards, you guys can see. When I'm doing the backwards and forward right here, you can see that it moves a little bit too much. So the gimbal does work, but there's like a little bit of like too much of a movement, I feel like. But that's totally understandable because of how heavy the gimbal is and also how heavy the camera is. Not like your normal gimbals are much smaller and doesn't have to hold as much weight. So this is totally understandable. But it's pretty good so far, as you can see. It actually follows it pretty well. I feel like if you guys even like try to run like with the actual product itself, it's pretty good. So basically it's pretty good with following the actual image itself. It makes a lot of noise. If you guys can see, if you guys go too much, it makes a lot of noise. And in terms of the movement, it actually follows it pretty good. But I feel like sometimes it goes too much up and too much down. But you guys definitely want to be careful when you guys actually use it, because if you guys go too much, you guys can hear that little rattle right there. So you need to fix it a little bit yourself. But in terms of the actual like stabilization and how to actually keep it in place, it's pretty good. Other than that noise part right there, but everything else is pretty good. And then if you guys want to use the nozzle as well, you guys can actually use that to turn it. You guys can see. So you guys can see it's pretty flexible and pretty cool when you guys actually use the little nozzle or wheel right here to turn it left and right. And if you guys want to use the buttons on here as well, you guys can actually use it to turn it left and right like this. You guys can see. And then the other way. And up and down. So pretty cool. And it goes all 360, which is pretty awesome as well. So you can do different angles, different positions, up, down, left, right, everywhere. So for that button that I didn't know what that was for, in the back side behind the actual gimbal itself, if you guys tap it 3 times, this is what happens. 1, 2, 3. It turns around this way. If you guys want to turn it back the other way, you just tap it 2 times. And go back the other way, you guys can see. And then we guys have it positioned at like a certain angle, like it's 2 down like that. If you guys press that button 2 times, it will fix the angle to wherever you guys want to, like in the front. So like for example like this. If I put 2 down like that, watch what happens. If I press it, it brings it back up like that. And if I bring it back to this position like this, you guys can see that the camera is facing up. But if I press that button 2 times, it brings it back down to the front side where it's facing the front right there, which is pretty awesome. Alright, so once we take out the battery right here, so you're going to plug in the USB-C cable right here. And then you see the indicator light right here to show you guys when it's charging and when it's full. So right now it's 2 out of 4, so we have to let it fully charge. So definitely overall it's a pretty cool, amazing product. But definitely still needs some improvement in terms of the actual stabilization and the noise when you guys actually use it. If you guys heard from the actual test itself. And this is actually my first ever gimbal that I got that is like a high quality and like a huge gimbal. Usually the ones I have are like the smaller one for like compact cameras or like your smartphone devices, those kind of gimbals. But this is the first time I tried or have a gimbal that is big for like the mirrorless cameras or DSLR. There's definitely a lot more of a setup process, like balancing and everything. Whereas like the older gimbal that you guys have for like the smaller ones, like compact cameras and smartphone, don't have to do as much work to actually stabilize it and set it up. So obviously right now I can't really go out because it's not safe to go out to record, but I just did a little quick test to show you guys what it actually looks like. So it is pretty good like I mentioned, but we'll see over time as we try a little bit more and see what happens in the future. So that's basically everything that's on the product itself. Now that we did unboxing and test the product itself, now to ask the question of whether or not it's actually worth it or not. So for me, honestly, I would definitely have to say that this is worth it if you guys want one or need one of these. Especially if you guys have like a DSLR or mirrorless camera that you guys want to do some like filming or something with, then this is definitely really worth it. And especially if you guys want to have like really good stabilized video, then this is definitely really worth it. But then obviously for those guys who don't want or don't need one or have used one of these, then obviously don't buy one and save your money for something else that you do need. But other than that, that's pretty much it for quick unboxing and testing on the product itself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, then make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. And if you guys like this video and you guys want to see more, then make sure to click on that bell notification in the bottom to be notified of new videos that will be coming up in the future. But as always, make sure to stay positive, be you, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Is It Worth It? Peace. And then for today's G Squad fan shout out day we have